Hi there, friends. My name is Lisa, and I'm the writer behind Authentic Truths in Addiction and the Facebook page Parent Addict Connection. I've never come on and done a video, but I'm a little fired up today, so I thought I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let me tell you what's going on. So today I took my grandkids who are in my care to their annual physicals at the doctor's. And every year when we go, they do the weight and all the good stuff that they do, their measurements. And then they always give you this sheet of things to watch for, changes in the body. My grandkids are 11 and 9, and social safety issues, things to expect for milestones, basically. And today they gave us that sheet for my 11-year-old. So he's at the bottom of that age group. 11 to 14 is what their sheet entailed. And the second line down under the social issues and safety said, do not take drugs, steroids, or diet pills. And I appreciate the little note being in there, but that was all it said. Just don't take drugs, steroids, or diet pills. There was no why. There was no explanation of what is going on with the street drugs that are out there. There was no explanation of the consequences, possible death that is occurring every single day in the world of drug addiction and substance use. There was nothing. So I called the two kids over because just last night we sat down and we discussed that I don't want them taking candy from their friends. You might ask me why. That's crazy, right? Because these dealers are inserting fentanyl into candies or pills resembling candies such as Skittles. Fentanyl. That's what's going on. And I realized that if you are not part of the addiction community in any way, shape, or form, either a person struggling with substance use disorder or a parent of a child, either youth or adults dealing with substance use disorder, or a family member or a friend, somebody who is dealing with a true problem with substances, then you probably don't realize the depth of how deep this has gone into our society. And that's fine. Well, I'm here to let you know this is a problem. So I told the kids, they remembered our conversation from last night. I told them the days are gone. I don't want you taking candy from your friends. Here's why. I told them their friends may have no idea. I told them their friends might know. Maybe their friends are interested in using substances. Maybe they know exactly what's in it. I don't know. But I told the kids I don't want them taking candy from other students, friends at school. So I showed them the paper, and both of them were like, wow, that's it, huh? That's all they're going to tell us. Don't do it. I said, yeah. I said, do you think we should maybe have a chat with your doctor and maybe give her some advice on expanding this? Not that they're trying, and I appreciate that. Don't do these things. Yeah, well, that concept hasn't worked. Don't say no to drugs and don't take drugs. That's not enough anymore. And both of the kids said, yeah, I think we need to tell her. I think they need to do more. So we let the doctor come in, and she was extremely detailed, did all of their physicals, did all the stuff, informed us of what she needed to tell us. And then we looked at her and said, well, we would like to give you some advice on the paperwork that you hand out. And I told her, I said, do you see this line here? And she had a look at it, and she goes, yeah. I said, it says, don't do drugs, don't take steroids, don't take diet pills. And I told her, well, we did together, this isn't enough. And I asked her, did you know that they are handing out what looks like Skittles to kids, and it has fentanyl in it? And she said, no, I didn't realize that. I said, do you know that somebody's dying every day, more than one someone, from substance use? Do you know that kids can take this and that they are overdosing? They're being rushed to ERs. They're overdosing. They're dying. They don't even know they've ingested this stuff because it's being handed to them without their knowledge. And she goes, you know, you're absolutely right. We need to expand this discussion. I told her, I said, do you know that the parents are extremely naive because their answer is not my kid? I have a message for all the parents out there that say, not my kid. I am here to tell you that we all said that. And we all thought it. Every parent that is in these shoes, and we're all wearing a similar pair who are in this community, we all said it, we all thought it, we all hoped it, and here we are. So if you are the parent of a middle school student, even elementary school, at the appropriate age when these discussions need to happen, we all say, don't talk to strangers, don't take candy from strangers. Well, you know, it's time to escalate these conversations because kids are dying. And this is starting younger and younger every year. I have been in the substance use support community, families of those with substance use issues support community for years. I am an admin for a online support community that has almost 10,000 people in it. I see the stories. We're talking about 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds. I've seen 11-year-olds whose parents are struggling because their child is already dealing with addiction. And they had no clue. I have seen people heartbroken because their college-bound high schoolers have lost it all. The scholarship is gone, possibly the diploma, and they can't get their attention, just like the rest of us. We all want to solve it. We all want to be here to fix this for our children, either at the age of 13 or at the age of 30, and we can't. We can put them in every facility that exists. We can support them through multiple treatments. We can encourage them when they enter into sober living, which is meant to give them the support to be able to live after they've received some kind of treatment. But ultimately, we can't stop it. There's nothing we can do. We can't cure it. We can't fix it. We are not the saviors. And we need to back that age and that education back down so that we can get a hold of these kids and try to teach them and know that we're being honest. They need to understand the whys and the hows and the consequences of drug use. Because once it becomes an addiction, there's three options. You're heading to jail, you're heading to prison. That's number one, jail or / prison. Treatment, hospitalization, some kind of institutionalization, or the graveyard. Those are the three options here. You want to know who told me that? My own child. That's who told me that. Back when I was the naive parent, when I thought it can't possibly be this bad. So I am asking all of you today, take the time to talk to your kids in the real world. Use real language, use real stories. You'll find them. Just do a search. This week alone, 2 days ago, 13-year-old dies of a fentanyl overdose in something they ate. I don't know what that something was. I didn't need to read the whole story. They consumed something, it was laced with fentanyl, and they died. But it isn't just fentanyl, but that's the one out there now. That's huge. You need to start paying attention because yes, it can be you and it can be your child at any age. I do what I do to try to bring awareness and support to those who are dealing with this struggle. I do what I do for parents out there who are at a loss, who don't know how to keep going because their heart is broken. They just want their child to be better. Again, child refers to any age, from the youngest to the oldest. That's our children. And I'm coming on here late at night. I went from work to physicals for 2 kids to football and cheerleading practice for 2 little ones. And I'm home and it's late at night. As you can see, I'm not here trying to do some sparkly video with perfect makeup and in a perfect scene. That's not what I'm here about. I'm here to be honest and raw and authentic. And I'm here to beg parents to please start paying attention. Start talking about this subject, please. Because every day somebody's dying of overdose. And I don't choose to call it an accidental overdose, because the moment you take any substance is a chance that you will be taking it for the last time. My heart is broken for all those who've already lost their child, their aunt, their uncle, their brother, their sister, their cousin, their friend. We've seen the worst loss. We've seen a pregnant woman lose her life to substance use, taking the baby with her. It's no joke. And you don't get to walk around screaming, it won't happen in my family. It won't happen to me. We don't live that way. We're Christians. It ain't gonna happen. Guess what? I'm a Christian. And it's happening. We taught our kids better. Yep, well, didn't we all? I know I did. And here I sit. But at least I know I taught the lessons. I could never have taught everything I know now, but I don't want you to go through everything I've gone through and have to learn all of those lessons the hard way. This is a real problem, not only in America, all around the world. I know people all around the world that are going through the exact same thing. And it is hard. I remind you, there's 3 ways out: jail or prison, treatment, hospitalization, or cremation or cemetery. That's it. We need to work together to stop this before it begins. And once they're in it, we're going to struggle trying to help. I already know. I've been there. It's been there for over a decade. I don't want you to get there. We need to educate these kids, and it needs to start earlier. And we can't just say, don't do drugs. That isn't going to cut it. Drive them into your inner city. Let them see the streets, because, yeah, that is the story behind most of those people out there. I know. I know personally. Show them stories of what happens with overdose. Teach them coping skills to deal with life as it comes. That's a big problem today. Be open and receptive to the difficult discussions that we need to have. And be honest. Give them the facts. Give them the truth. Don't be afraid. If you need someone to help you with that, you contact me, Lisa@authentictruths.com. If this isn't the people down the road, this isn't some other family it's happening to. It's happening to someone you know today, more than likely, who raised their kids just like you did. Same school, same church. That's right, same everything. Let's work together to start addressing this with real talk. Thank you. I invite you to visit my website at www.authentictruths.com and find us on Facebook at Parent Addict Connection. Together, we can make a change.